Hello, and welcome back. I do hope you had fun hearing some of my conversations later. Well, with another chapter, and I want to share with you some of my observations of these so-called heroes, these pillars of equestrian community. Oh, no, don't worry, you're not missing anything with this particular chapter. They're just talking and deciding on how to look pretty and nice. A fool's game. With all that power, and they play this on us. This is the story that you people claim as good. And why? Well, we all know why some of you have latched onto this. It's to see how weak Twilight Sparkle really is. Oh yes, I call her weak. Possessing the powers of the three races. And what does she do with it? Nothing. She does not show the power of the Earth Pony, the strength, or anything that shows us how good she is. She is given the power of a god, and all she does is whine about it for chapter upon chapter upon chapter. If I was given the power of an alicorn right now, well, let's just say that the other races were going to be on the endangered species list. Oh, I know all about harmony and the Windigos and all that. But if I may posit a theory, I believe that in the heartwarming tale, of all three races that could have had the potential to survive the inhumanly painful blizzard, it would have been us, Earth ponies. We would have found a way to survive, while the unicorns, well, I can tell you from my experiments that the unicorns have low tolerance for cold. They would have died first. And while Pegasi can handle the cold and the heat far better than us, they can only do that for so long before the cold wrecks their flying abilities, and they are sent crashing. Boom! I like that. So yes, it would have been the Earth ponies who would have been the strongest and the ones who would survive. It's just common knowledge. It's also our fate after all. We have the magic of the very earth beneath your feet. Other ponies cannot subscribe to that theory. They can't subscribe to that power. And that is why Twilight Sparkle is weak, especially in this week. Because she cries about it. She whines. She does not go off and study. She does not go off and talk to others. She is too afraid. She's too holden back by her insecurities. Rather than allowing herself the freedom that this offers, rather than doing anything smart with her gifts, she cries and says, "I'm not worthy." I believe there was a theory, a quote by somebody that says that those without power are usually the ones the most worthy of said power. I would love to test that theory, but nobody's willing to give me the power of an alicorn. Pity. Of course, she surrounds herself with weaklings. You have that dragon, who's nothing more than a child. Yet people are willing to put him up on a pedestal and say that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You have the unicorn, who just is so fashionable, afraid of getting her hooves dirty. All she could do is just think her way out. If you put her in a situation that requires more than what her little infantile brain curses up, she falls. In Rainbow Dash, she is so cocky I would have expected her to drown herself just because she was told she couldn't hold her breath longer than a few minutes. And then there's Fluttershy. I really have to look into her family tree, because I am convinced that somewhere out there an Earth pony degraded themselves by banging her ancestor. I'm not completely sure. Of course, there's Pinkie Pie, the utter disappointment. I support this Vic, showing the abuse she goes through. I wish that was true. I wish that was painfully obvious. But no, her real family's happy and smiles and good. I know people say that this is realistic, and I agree. It is realistic to have such dark tendencies in this world, isn't it? Just like I am a realistic character in this world, right? Of course I am. Now you might be wondering why Applejack appeases me so. Because, as I said in fall, she's the only pure one of the group. She is willing to understand the truth of the world around her. She has sense, she has rhyme, she has reason. The only downside is that she does not use that to remind Twilight of her place. She does not take a proper place as a grand Earth pony should, and use that strength to put her down! What a pony. If only Abigail would just understand the world as I did, she might actually be the best experiment. I wonder what happened to this world's Applejack. His parents, did they die a horrible disease? Bandits? Did they die due to a chimera attack? The world really needs to know. Oh, look! Into this next chapter, what do my eyes see? The Alicorn is still dealing with her feelings towards that nice, gentle person. And yet he is married, and older than her. But I don't see why that makes a difference. She is a unicorn! No. She is an alicorn. She can take what she wants. After all, she has the power. She has the strength. She can take what she wants. It is her right. Oh, sure, he may be older, and he may be married, but what does that matter? It doesn't. It doesn't seem to matter to the author that it seems to make Twilight look, what is the best word? Like a whore. I'm sorry. Whores are lowly. Whores are worthless. Like a princess who could take what she wants. Oh, sure, she may deny it in this fic, but the scene is there. The ideal is there. It's right there in black and white. You can all see it. This fic has nothing for Twilight. But this is why it's called realistic. Those with power can do what they want and care little for others. Which is why we Earth ponies deserve all the glory. After all, we're the ones with the power here. You lot... You Pegasi, you changelings, you unicorns are nothing without us. Oh, I do so enjoy a fic that proves everything I have ever said correct. It has proven me right again and again and again and again. That's why I think this fic is wonderful. That it shows that all the other races are worthless compared to things like Earth ponies and alicorns. All it needs is to just sit there and finally have a person admit it. And then I think the light will shine better on the story. Well, it already has the famous glory. It just needs to be reminded that yes, indeed. It is fully superior, showing off the superiority of the Earth pony and Alicorn races. And what's this on this last chapter? Why, it's Coordinator trying to bribe Twilight with the manuscript, so that way he could get into her good graces and most likely into her pants. And oh, this is just too good. Oh, sir, do you really think that recounting all their adventures from the first year was going to be the right move? Was going to be the intelligent thing to do? Ah, blackmail, it says that you would actually have something to keep from them, to to hold power over them. Tell me, coordinator, what type of power do you hope to hold over them? Well, the events of, the Appaloosa story of starting a war that was started by their culture. Yes, yes, that's going on. And the Paraspray incident and all things that happen nearby. Don't you think that maybe the spread a while, that they went out? The chickens do tend to squawk a lot. So you're telling me you don't think anybody knows these? Well, maybe. Shame, 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 shame. This is why I'm glad I injected you with that poison. Normally, it's meant to kill a changeling, but I'm always curious as to what different poisons can do to a unicorn. Wow, killed you quick, didn't it? My apologies. But as you can see, this whole plot cul-de-sac goes nowhere. But it's a unicorn. What can you do? Well, I will see you in the next chapter. Adieu. Applejack was back into the boat, sighing. It was a hard fight in the Mortal Kombat tournament, but somehow she had won. She had made new friends, and she is positive that Shang Tsung still lives, though she cannot prove it. Then she looks up and hears the stamping of hooves as Twilight comes by. Applejack! And her magic is the broken body of Apple's bot. We've got issues. Big ones.